Yup, you know what it is, man. Your boy Trendsetter Sense. Of course, this is Chosen Journey, man, and I got a special one right here, man. This brother, man, got a dope story. Man, he an influencer, public speaker, man. He's going around. He got a testimony, man. Rapper, man. He going crazy, and he's here, and I'm happy to have him, man. Holy Gabbana.
What's up, brother?
How you feeling?
I feel good.
What brings you to the city, man? You here?
Outreach,
Yeah.
ministry,
Yeah.
show.
Yeah.
You just tell Atlanta about Jesus.
Man, let's dive right into it, man. You said outreach, touching the city, the outreach on Jesus, man. Can you just kind of like dive into like Holy Gabbana's like full purpose? Like if you could nutshell that, like tell the people the full purpose of Holy Gabbana.
Coming from death to life. Redemption.
Ooh.
You know, Holy Gabbana is not my first rodeo. I blew up 8 years ago as a content creator under Boonk Gang.
Boonk Gang.
The world saw me crash. And during that time of me just in and out of jail and living that life, my cellmate shared the gospel of Christ with me. And then my partner got shot, and he had to call his mom and tell his mom that he's dying. And his mom said, call on Jesus. So my cellmate sharing the gospel with me, and then my partner getting shot and having an encounter with Jesus made me turn to Jesus. And ever since then, I was like, you know, man, bump all this content, bump all this fame, bump all my... I had over 4 million followers.
Crazy.
That I just built just from doing whatever I felt like doing. And I just threw that all away and turned to Jesus. Because at that point, bro, it's just... He was more real to me. So I say Holy Gabbana is just showing how when a man surrendered their heart to God, give they all to God, how he could take you from one thing and then turn it into another.
Right.
Because the world, they looked at me one way, and now the same people who judged me come to me for advice.
That's crazy. That's crazy, man. Holy Gabbana's in the building, man, and diving into it, man. You spoke about, you know, the brokenness on the inside. I was watching an interview you did, and like, can you kind of like just break that down?
Yeah, my pops wasn't in my life. My stepdad, who was in my life, he died. You know, my grandmother died. My grandfather died. And my mom, she was dealing with her own pain. And I felt like she took it out on her kids. So me as a youngin' growing up, I didn't feel the love in the house or from my parents. I felt abandoned. I felt neglected. And so I just turned towards the streets. Then when I popped my first pill, I'm like, dang, boy, this pill just numb everything. All that I'm feeling, the pain, this abandonment, this neglect, this pill is taking all that away. So, you know, I turned to the drug, but I forgot the question, bro. I was going so...
No, you're talking about the brokenness inside.
Yeah, so dealing with the loss of family and the neglect that I felt and just the love that I felt like was missing. That's what I was dealing with at 20 years old. I don't think people look at me and they just look at what I was doing. And I don't think people realized that I was 20 years old.
Crazy. Crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You got a song, You Need Jesus. And in the song you said you living for the moment.
Yeah.
Talk about it.
That was me. I was living for the moment. And same thing back when I just said how I was 20 years old. That's how a lot of youngins living. They just living in the moment. Like right now, I'm 29. Bruh, I still got cases that's preventing me from traveling out the country.
Really?
Yeah. And I'm like, stuff like this I wish I'd have thought about. me fighting, me just committing crimes and just messing up my name and face is preventing me from really getting to that bag and flying out the country and just doing certain things. I'm like, man, I wasn't thinking about this stuff that I wish I was thinking about. And that's a lot of people today. These YNs just crashing out.
YNs crashing out.
They just crashing out. They just want to click. They want to follow. They just trying to get their name out there. But it's a way to do it without messing up your reputation. Right now, just as a culture and as a generation, we all living for the moment.
Holy Gabbana's in here, man. Trendsetter Sense. It's Chosen Journey. Shout out my man Joe. He's in the building, man. Talk about your ministry through your music and how you're able to, touch the people.
So, I haven't put out too much music just because I've been focused. I've been giving all my focus to knowing who God is. But I just dropped You Need Jesus last week. And I'm about to start releasing a lot more music. But it's flooded in the prisons. Like, they love me in there, bro. I've been to San Quentin in Cali. I've been to Pulaski. I've been to in Texas. I've been to Rikers in New York. I've been to the juvenile detention centers in my city, Jacksonville, in Miami. Been to the jails out there. But every time I go in there, bro, they love me, bro. My documentary that I dropped, I Am Holy Gabbana, it was top 3 trending in the prisons and jails for over a month. And the last time I checked it, a couple weeks ago, I was in top 5. But, man, I lived the criminal lifestyle. I ain't never did years, but I've experienced jail. I've experienced that cell. I've experienced solitary confinement. I've experienced police brutality. I experienced gang violence. I experienced drug abuse. I experienced me shooting myself. So it's like, bruh, my ministry is just to show people, everybody who come from the street life, everybody who want to be a gangster, everybody who have this thug image in their brain, like, I really live that lifestyle.
Right.
And it's people out there really living it at a higher level, harder level, much faster than I did.
Yeah.
But even as hard as I was going, God kept me. And so many people, they want to break free from gangs. They want to get off them drugs. They want to get away from that bottle. They want to not be so vicious and not feel that anger and rage and not want to be so abusive. They want to get free from that. And I'm telling y'all, I know how I got free from it.
Crazy, man. Holy Gabbana's in the building, man.
And it's not to cut you off.
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
It's not even too much that I even have to say, because I don't have to prove myself. All you got to do is just look up who Boonk Gang was, and you'll see how I used to live my life. Now, I could, today, make the same choices I used to make. If I did it before, it ain't nothing for me to do it again.
Yeah.
But I had a real encounter with God. He showed me what's real.
What was the encounter?
When I was in jail, my cellmate was sharing the gospel with me. After a month and a half in, my heart began to soften.
Okay.
I didn't fully convert to Christianity, but I was just practicing what he was teaching me. Love, patience, forgiveness. And when I was in there, I'm like, bro, you don't even really know who I am on the outside. And you sitting here telling me about this Jesus stuff. What I'm supposed to do, bro? Like, I really live this life. He's like, bro.
You talking about your cellmate?
My cellmate.
Yeah.
I was asking him. He's giving me faith in Jesus. I'm like, bro, I live a certain way on the streets. What I'm supposed to do in my life. What I'm supposed to do in music. What I'm supposed to do with the content that I make. He like, bro, I don't know. Talk to God about it. So I remember just writing down in my notes, asking God to help me figure out what to do with my life. Help me figure out what to do with my voice, with my platform. Help me figure this out. And if he do, I give myself to him. I didn't even know what I was saying at the time. But after that moment, I remember singing out to Jesus. And I was just saying, Jesus loves you, for he died on the cross for our sins. He's always with you from beginning to the end. And I was singing that. And as I was singing, when I finished, I remember just laying down and I began crying. And I don't know why I felt sad or started crying, but I just did.
Yeah.
But I remember immediately I felt a presence come upon me and take my sadness away and fill me with joy. Like shifted my whole mood. I couldn't explain it. But for me, it was supernatural, and it was not of this world, because it's two people in the cell. It's me and my cellmate. He sleep. My bunkie sleep. But I feel something touching me, really shifting everything inside me. When I didn't feel it anymore, I jumped off my bunk and I jumped on my cellie. I woke him up. I say, "Hey, bro, Josh, wake up, wake up." I say, "Listen, bro, I was just singing to God." I laid down. I started crying. I showed him the tears on my face because I didn't want him to think I was lying. I say, "Look, bro, I was singing. I started crying, but I just felt something come on me, bro. Like come upon me, bro. Like something. That's all the language I have for you. Something." And he looked at me in my face and he said, "That was the Holy Spirit." That's what I experienced. Nobody can't never tell me nothing different. Nobody can't never debunk, deny, or anything that I experienced. Now, when I got out of jail, I didn't just become a Christian. I didn't just start going to church. I didn't just start going hard for God. I got back on drugs.
Really?
I got back chasing women. I got back because I wasn't grounded in the faith. I had just spent a little bit of time with my cellmate teaching me about the gospel, and I had an encounter. But I wasn't rooted in what I believed in or why I believed it. I just had an experience with something new. So when I got out, I got back chasing to what I was familiar with.
Right.
Money, women, and the followers. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I was on.
Yeah.
But it took 2 years after I was released. Well, my friend was set up in a drug deal he was a part of that he orchestrated. And I remember I was coming here to Atlanta to go to his house. His brother picked me up and was like, "Hey, my bro just got shot." I'm like, "What you mean?" He said, "Yeah, he died, but he's at the house and he'll tell you everything."
What?
I said, "He got shot, he died, but he's at the house. What you talking about?" He said, "Listen, he at the house, Gabbana. He'll explain everything to you." When we get to the crib, he come out the room. I say, "Bruh, are you okay?" He say, "I'll tell you everything." We get it to the table. He say, "We was at the park. I was serving this chick. She hopped on the phone. She got off the phone. Say somebody coming to buy something from you." He say, "Bet." She got out the car. That person came and shot him up. He drove off. As he drove off, he hopped on the phone with his mama. He said, "Mom, I just got shot and I'm dying. I'm sorry." She said, "Call on Jesus." He got out the car, tried to walk to the nearest house to get help. He hit the ground. He couldn't walk no more. And he remembered just coughing up his blood and just leaving his body. But before he left his body, he said, "Jesus, forgive the shooter and forgive me for my sins." So as I'm sitting here in front of his face and he's telling me this is his testimony. I said, "Okay, so what happened?" He just said everything that he experienced was love. He said he saw houses that was like mansions. Then he retract. He said, "I can't even call them mansions because they were so big. They was like castles." And I'm sitting here looking at him. I said, "Okay, did you see people?" He said, "Yes, but they was people, but they looked different." And I said, "Did you see Jesus? Like, what did you see?" He said, "No, I was so overwhelmed with his love that I experienced. I was on my knees and I was crying." He said, "Look, I can't explain." He said, "I can't really share everything that I experienced. It's hard for me to even say what I've experienced. I don't have the words for it. But this is what I do know. Jesus is real." When he told me that, the past 2 years of my life was just playing in my mind. Went all the way back to when I was in jail. And I'm like, bruh, what I experienced was God. And that just slipped. I say, "Jesus is real." He said, "Yeah." I said, "Bro, Jesus is real." He said, "Yeah." I asked him that like 7, 8 times because I was just so shocked because I had an encounter, but I just like blew it away.
Right.
And now I got my friend who I see he wrapped up. He got shot. He's showing me pictures on his phone. He still got the voice recording of him and his mama on the phone. So I listened to it.
Mm-hmm.
I got all this evidence. I said, okay, Jesus is real. Because I encountered him when I was in jail. And my friend right here, who I have proof that he got shot. And I'm listening to his mama scream on his phone.
Yeah.
I said, okay, bet. I'm going to give my life to God. And I didn't look back. That was 4 years ago.
And this is when you totally just gave 100%.
I gave my all. I didn't look back.
Wow. Talk about that. I mean, bro, that was that was crazy. That story right there. So let me just ask you, like, your friend, he passed?
He was pronounced dead. So what we'll call that a near-death experience.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
all
he
right.
was pronounced when the police arrived because they had to track his phone. They didn't know where he was. Once his mom and the police tracked his phone, when they got there to his body, he was pronounced dead.
Got you.
When they took him to the hospital, he was back into his body. And he's sharing with me.
Okay.
Yeah, he's sharing with me. He's like, man, the doctors were so spooked when I woke up inside my body that they just all ran out the room.
Wow.
He said it took one person to finally come back in and be like, man, what you need, man? I'm going to help you. He said, man, everybody was so spooked. And he said when he woke up back in his body that he didn't know what was happening. And he said he was so depressed. And then as he's in my face telling me the story, he said he'd rather be back than to be here. And when he said that, I said, look me in my face and tell me that. He said, Gabbana, I got a wife and I got a kid. Bro, I'd rather be back where I was than to be here.
I've heard that. I've heard that when individuals have those similar kind of experiences, it's like they don't want to come back.
Man, yeah, that's what he was saying. He said, I'm not afraid of death.
Wow.
He said, I know it's on the other side. I've experienced it firsthand.
Wow. And he was in the middle of doing criminal activity.
Yeah. He was the plug.
Wow. And that just goes to tell you, like, how merciful God is. And when you was talking about, he said, forgive even the person that shot him.
Man, every time I tell this story, I tell people, I say, hey, listen, if you ain't got nobody who put a bullet in you, forgive him. Because my partner forgave his shooter.
That's a bar.
As he was dying, Jesus, forgive him. And forgive me. You know, but I tell people all the time, man, when you look at me, you're not looking at somebody who grew up in church, bro.
Right.
Like, I've experienced fame at a high level at 20 years old, sleeping around with many women as I wanted to, doing drugs, partying, fast life, cars, money, all that. And I turned away from that to follow Jesus. It's a reason why. Because when I was running the streets, I've encountered God in unexplainable ways, bro. So it's like either I could be a fool and be like, yeah, okay, I know God is real, but I'm still going to continue living how I want to live. I'm going to continue living what makes me feel good. Or I could be like, but what makes me feel good, God, he got the authority over my life. Listen, I might OD on these drugs. If I OD and I'm standing in front of God, I want to make sure he let me through the gates. You know what I'm saying? And like, how he give me time right now to live right, and then once I die, I'm like, shoot, let me in, God. But the whole time I was on earth, I just ignored his face.
Wow.
I just ignored him.
Wow.
Man, once my partner got shot, bro, I'm like, yeah, see, he experienced death, and God gave him grace. God gave him, and God gave me grace, gave me mercy, and he kept my life. But it's like, nah, what am I gonna do with it?
Right.
Yeah. It's been 4 years that I just been on this journey. Ain't looked back.
So, ever since you never turned back, like, did you how do you keep your cup full and stay on fire for the commitment that you have now?
Well, one, I got all the evidence that I need that God is real. And it's hard. It's very hard to be honest because sometimes, I just want to do me.
Right.
Like, I don't like being righteous. I don't like being holy. I'm not holy in my own self. Jesus is what makes me holy. What he did for us is what makes me holy. But I do it because I've grown to the point where I believe that God's way is better. I've come to that point. Now for me, I want the best. Like, I like raw stuff. I like fire. But if God is the greatest, then I'm pretty sure he like fire too. But his fire is better than my fire. My fire gonna put me in the grave. His fire gonna elevate me. But I've came to the point to believe that. So if I believe that God's great is the actual great is greater than my great, then honestly what I do is I put my flesh under submission. But it's a battle.
Right.
And it's a battle that I don't always win.
Got you.
But God not asking for me to be perfect. That's not what he asking. He asking for me to be real and for me to be willing. And I'm willing. Even if I lose, just get up and keep going. Still see God. Even if I fall, just keep going. Hey, God, look, I know I'm dirt. I'm flesh. I'm weak. I ain't strong. But check this out. I want to live for you. I want to get right. I want to be a man. I want to fully walk this thing out. I failed. I'm sorry. Let me dust myself off and keep on going. And then over time, the same situation, where I felt that, it come again, I'm stronger. Even if I fail again, the next time it come around, I'm stronger than I was the first 2 times. But that's how it is. It's like when we in the gym, before we get to our max, sometimes, we feel like we getting there, and we'll probably stop halfway. And be like, dang, then we got the spotter racket. The next time we try it again, we may push it up more than a little bit half. Spot. Next time you pushing that thing, it's the same thing. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
So,
man, crazy, man. This story right here, bro. This is fire, man, and I appreciate you for sharing this, man. Talk about, where you feel like the state of hip hop is right now.
I love hip hop, bro. I love it. I just I know that I just feel like it just gotta be cleaned up a little bit. We need some positivity. We need a lot more positivity. A lot of these boys crashing out to the music. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these boys want to be just like what these rappers rapping about. They looking up to it. So it's just, man, we got to just set a better example in our music and what we say, and just be a part of the solution, not the problem.
Right. Have you been, lately they were having this, it just erupted online where everybody was just talking about the rapture the past couple days. And, scriptures say nobody knows, not even the angels.
Yeah.
What's your take on that?
To be real, man, I don't focus on none of that. I live my life as if Jesus coming at any time. But my mind is like, hey, boy, I still got 80 more years on the earth. I want God to bless me to experience marriage. I want to experience a wedding. I want to experience grandkids. It's certain things that I want to experience that God made available to us to experience, because those things are good. But how I live my life when it comes to treating people, or when it comes to living right when nobody looking, I live myself as if at any time Jesus could crack through that sky. But at the same time, bro, I'm not sitting here worrying about when the rapture happening, when he coming back. When it happened, it happens.
Right. Holy Gabbana's here, man. Shout out Joe. You in the city. Shout out Atlanta Alive. Talk about it, man. What you got going on tomorrow? You speaking to the kids, you speaking to the youth, you speaking to the community, and talk about what's going on for 25 going into 26.
Yeah, so tomorrow we got the Love Day Atlanta. We're gonna be with the kids. We're gonna have basketball games, bouncy houses, some performances. I believe I'm talking to a school this weekend.
Okay.
Uh
That true, Joe?
oh, I seen some. Okay.
Joe in the cut. You play.
Was that was
the one that the school board shut down.
okay? Oh, okay. Yeah. So we had.
City, Rodney Cook Park 3-on-3 tournament, free concert, Vine City, Rodney Cook Park.
Okay. Yeah, we had got shut down.
You do a little segment after for the Piedmont for November.
But like I said, I got the documentary, the I Am Holy Gabbana. It just shows the life I lived before Christ, and then what brought me to Christ. So that's on Tubi, that's on YouTube TV, that's on Amazon Prime.
Oh, we gotta check that out.
Yeah, that's on Apple TV. That's on a lot of platforms, bro. I can't even name them right now. It's on like 12 platforms. But that's doing pretty good. I got, like I said, I got that in the prisons, and then really that's about it. He just been putting me in a lot of spaces, a lot of rooms, just to show people and tell people, man, hey, bro, I used to be a crime shot, but Jesus saved my life. So,
man, crazy, man. Holy Gabbana, bro. That I appreciate you, man. You inspire me, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and that's what this whole platform is for. Chosen Journey right here, where we talk about faith, the community, the culture, hip hop. You know what I mean? So, thank you for pulling up. Also, November 14th through the 16th, Piedmont Park. What's going on, Joe?
ATL Alive.
ATL Alive.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
We're gonna circle back around for that. Be on Chosen Journey is a part of that. So it's going crazy, man. Man, Holy Gabbana, man. Thank you, bro.
absolutely, man.
Yeah, appreciate you, man.
Yeah,
Definitely.
man.
Story crazy, man. I love what you're doing. You on fire, man. And man, once again, thank you, man. You see what it is, man. Trendsetter Sense, Holy Gabbana. Shout out my man Joe. Atlanta Alive. We here. Chosen Journey.
Yeah.
Real quick,